We live in strange times. Our world continues to be in a state of transition. Yet the scale and effect of change is rapidly accelerating. What once seemed routine now stands out as peculiar. Perspectives are shifting. Awareness is blossoming into awakening. We're seeing multiple global shifts in attitude, ideology, and power structures. Traditional institutions have reached the limits of their abilities. As outdated models stagnate, they lose people's trust and ultimately collapse. Disruption unfolds on every level, ecologically, societally, and personally. We feel it in our core. Crises abound. Inequality continues to rise everywhere. The 8 richest people now own as much collective wealth as the poorest half of the global population. Endless conflicts fuel ongoing humanitarian crises. Total environmental catastrophe is now an all-too-real possibility. Yet we're still failing to properly commit to the changes we desperately need. Our technical capacities are improving faster than ever. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for the health of our planet and societies. We have been led to believe that the development of technology is the greatest mark of human progress. But this narrative doesn't hold up to scrutiny and must be rejected. Technology in itself does not offer salvation. It has to be motivated by a higher purpose. The practice of innovation has been diluted into a form of wasteful incrementalism. Minor alterations are used to justify incessant consumption. What a waste of potential. Much technological development has vastly improved life for those of us lucky enough to have access to it. Yet it's still built on the backs of others. We have the physical tools we need to build a world in which we can all have our basic needs met. We have the methods to create better standards of living. We even have huge numbers of people who want to work toward this paradigm. So, what's stopping us? The tools of innovation have become centralized and monopolized. The trappings of ego, endless growth, and a demand for short-term profits has left us burdened with the constant deluge of products and services that do far more unseen harm than good. Our bodies, minds, and planet are cracking under the strain. The process and intention of innovation must be redefined and diverted from egocentric pursuits to efforts conscious of entire ecosystems. We need a mass shift in our collective values and to enact radical new policies that benefit the majority. We must carve out a strong, optimistic vision for how to live healthy, meaningful, contributive lives and determine the way to realize this purposeful future. Individuals, collectives, governments, and companies must enter into a new social contract. Full transparency of value chains must be made a rigid requirement for corporate operation. Advertising should be phased out of public space, allowing us to reclaim our attention within our own neighborhoods and decondition us from brand obsession. We must refuse to sacrifice the well-being of others for the sake of convenience. Work and life must be forced back into balance, giving workers more time to spend with friends, family, and to pursue personal passions. Experiments with universal basic income must be accelerated to spread the continuing gains of global productivity and to help us escape the hamster wheel of daily grind. Science and technology must primarily be used to advance the social good. New collective ownership logics should replace private ownership as we transition out of capitalism. Accessibility, inclusivity, and responsibility need to become the new rallying cries of innovation. Drawing inspiration from ancient conceptions of our symbiotic relationship to nature, we must develop new metrics by which we judge our successes or failures. We must embrace the current moment of chaos as an opportunity to reset and push forward together toward a new global logic. Innovation should seek to address the deepest root of the systemic issues and biases we face in order to rebuild authentically from the ground up. In this sense, innovation speaks to a new way of thinking, feeling, and acting, rather than simply giving us more powerful tools to inflate the issues we've developed over the course of human history. To help construct a beneficial future, we seek social, cultural, and environmental harmony with technology by creating humanistic, empathic, and highly adaptive systems. We see ourselves as stewards of our planet, rather than its masters. We organize through the spirit of cooperation, not competition, safe in the knowledge that our success does not depend on another's failure. In the new global logic, exploitation will finally be seen as a blight, not a feature of social evolution. Spiritual reflection will erode the mass obsession and identification with status and power. Those who cling to outdated, damaging ways of being will be challenged at every turn. This overarching change will not happen overnight, nor will it happen by accident. It needs optimists to stand up and be counted. Anyone who dreams of a better, fairer, healthier world and who wants to play a role in building it. Communities need to be re-established, and bonds of solidarity must be strengthened through empathy, compassion, trust, honesty, and integrity. Innovative solutions will emerge through collectives of active dreamers, practicing locally, united in vision, strengthened by diverse perspectives, and supported by progressive policies. Intellectual property will become truly open source, facilitating free access to methods, tools, and design and engineering blueprints. This is how we move forward. The power of the collective generates momentum. The task is too great for any one individual, no matter how resourceful they may be. Radical creatives and heretical thinkers have always held the key to ushering in the next era of global society. Now is no different. We must aim higher, take responsibility, and manifest the potential of innovation to repair the fabric of life.
Thank you.